Hours later, Ara reached a clearing she had never seen before. At its center stood a massive tree, its bark blackened and weeping a dark, viscous sap. Faces writhed in its trunk, their mouths twisted in silent screams. At the base of the tree sat a woman, her hair a tangle of silver, her eyes hollow and black. "Mother," Ara whispered, her voice trembling. The woman looked up, her expression vacant. "It binds me, Ara," she rasped. "It will bind you, too." Ara staggered back. "No, you're dead. You vanished into these woods years ago." Her mother's form flickered, and the blackened tree groaned. A deep voice resonated from within the trunk. "She belongs to me, as do you." The shadows around her coalesced into the familiar, faceless figure draped in tattered robes. "You thought you destroyed me," it hissed, its voice like grinding stone. "You merely opened the door." Ara raised her dagger, but the figure laughed. "You carry me within you, child. Did you not wonder why the whispers lingered? Why your shadow moved when you did not? You are my vessel, my tether to this world." The mark on her palm flared, and Ara cried out as a tendril of darkness emerged from it, wrapping around her wrist. The forest seemed to close in, the trees leaning forward, their faces watching intently. Ara fought against the darkness, clutching the vial of blessed water. With a scream, she shattered it against the tendril. The darkness recoiled with a screech, and the figure staggered. Her mother's voice broke through the chaos. "You must destroy the heart, the tree!" Ara didn't hesitate. She sprinted toward the blackened tree, her dagger glowing faintly as the iron talisman around her neck burned hot. Shadows lunged at her, claws raking her arms and legs, but she pressed on, plunging the dagger into the tree's trunk. The ground shook violently, and the tree let out a guttural roar. Faces within the bark twisted and melted, and the figure howled, its form disintegrating into ash. The tendrils around Ara's wrist vanished, and the mark on her palm faded. As the tree collapsed, a brilliant light enveloped the clearing. When it subsided, the forest was silent. The oppressive mist had lifted, and the ancient trees stood still and lifeless. Ara turned to find her mother gone, her body replaced by a single vibrant white flower growing where she had sat. Tears streamed down Ara's face as she plucked the flower and whispered a farewell. When she returned to Eldamir, the whispers were gone, but so was her peace. She had severed the shadow's tether, but in doing so she felt a lingering emptiness, as if part of her had been left behind in the forest. And though the whispering woods were quiet now, Ara knew one thing for certain. The shadow had been bound, but it was not destroyed. It would wait, as all ancient evils do, for another door to be opened.